A very good morning and welcome back to another daily market outlook. So EURUSD is back inside its daily area of supply for the second time. This is our area of supply here on the daily. We already tapped into it once. We pushed back down in towards this area of demand, and from there we continued back up higher. So what can we expect for the day ahead? Well, guys, my name is Fabio and welcome back to another daily market outlook. EURUSD has now seen the creation of a new area of demand, and the overall order flow is bullish in towards the highs, obviously, right? We're creating higher high, higher high, higher high, higher low, higher low, higher low. But now what should we look out for? Well, obviously this is now our newly created area of demand. So why is this a newly created area of demand? Because this is the demand zone which broke this overall change of character high, which broke this fractal high. It also means that we now have a fractal low over here underneath the low of this bearish candle. So as long as the low of that bearish candle holds and this demand zone holds, we should simply continue up higher with that overall daily momentum. Okay, so that is pretty much what I'm going to be looking for on the daily time frame. As long as this low holds, we should continue up higher on the daily. If we break that low, then I'll be looking for this and a push back down in towards either one of these two fresh areas of demand. Okay, but for now, the overall daily low is holding, and as long as that daily low holds, we should just simply pull up higher and start breaking or grabbing the liquidity above this overall daily swing high. Okay, for the rest, just keep in mind the overall daily is still pretty consolidative. We are in the premium of the overall range. So let's say this is your range high, this is your range low. Then obviously we are kind of like inside the premium from where we rejected. So let's see what's going to happen here, guys. For now, the bullish momentum is with us. We've kind of broken out of this area of resistance. Obviously, we don't trace upon resistance, but you can still take it into consideration. So as long as this area of demand holds, we should continue up higher. Now, moving in towards the 4-hour time frame, which is our main trading time frame, what can we see over here? Well, once again, a very clear uptrend with higher highs and higher lows. So we're now looking to identify if we're going to get another 4-hour break of structure. So if we break above this overall 4-hour high over here and we see a candle closure, that would mean once again that we have a 4-hour BOS. So this would then be your 4-hour BOS. And what do we expect after 4-hour BOS, a 4-hour break of structure? We expect a pullback. From where do we expect a pullback? An area of supply. So obviously we're currently inside an area of 4-hour supply. If I let me show you over here. So this is the overall buy up before the sell-off. For the rest, there are also no real areas of supply over here. Obviously, we had an area of supply over here, already got taken out. Even this one already got taken out, and also the one that I've drawn in over here already got tapped into. So there's no fresh supply, and this could indicate that we're just going to continue up higher with the overall bullish momentum, which we currently have, and then just push in towards that overall daily swing high for now, or just simply up higher, towards that daily swing high. So that's what I'm currently looking for. But if we do see, let's say, a grab of liquidity above this overall 4-hour swing high, then I will be looking for that potential short back in towards the downside. So for now, they're mainly just longs on the table. If we do get an earlier pullback, then obviously we can start looking for those longs again. But what are we seeing here on the 15-minute time frame? So on the 15-minute time frame, I mentioned last Friday that as we break this high, we can just continue longing with the overall trend. So that was a pretty good decision. I was kind of looking for a slowdown after we would have taken out this range. As we can see, we kind of start to slow down once we took out this high over here, but there was just no real bearish momentum. For now, what are we going to be looking for? It doesn't look that good, in my opinion. I'm just kind of waiting for the day. What's going to happen? This could just be a simple liquidity grab and then we just start selling off again. But I kind of want to see some more momentum kick in, a higher push in towards the upside, because again, after 50-minute break of structure, we also expect a pullback at some stage. So I'm kind of preferring to wait for that potential short to come into play, because I don't really like longing just right after a break of structure. It's not really my cup of tea. So kind of like a waiting game here on EURUSD. Now moving in towards the dollar index has been pushing down lower. Obviously here on the 4-hour time frame, we came back in towards this area of supply on Thursday, and since then we've been selling off in towards the downside. I was looking to see, is this demand zone going to hold, especially if we refine it to this overall sell before the buy. We didn't really see it hold at all. As you can see, we kind of saw this initial reaction, especially if you look at the 1 hour, for example, you can see this initial bullish reaction, But then again, there was no liquidation in this move up. So what happens? The initial reaction then gets liquidated. So people who then buy on this bullish candle, they get screwed. Let's put it that way. This was very clear to me. So I was just waiting to see if on the second touch, we were going to get that reaction, but nothing at all. Since then, just been selling off. So what I'm looking for now mainly is just more at the daily, I would say. We have kind of like this daily liquidity low over here. I'm just going to be waiting for that to grab liquidity or for us to push down lower in towards this daily imbalance over here, which I see as demand. For now, no longs yet on the dollar index. That is my perspective. Going in towards Aussie dollar, what are we seeing there? Daily time frame here. So we've pushed up higher in towards daily supply, guys. As we can see, as expected, you can watch back Friday's video where I explained the move up as long as we respect this low. So we respected the overall fractal low here on the daily. And as you can see, we have indeed pushed up. So we're coming now in towards this daily imbalance, with the daily being swing bearish as well from that high in towards this low. Obviously, it would make sense to see a bearish reaction from here. The next main area of demand, where does this lie? It lies in this overall sell over here before that big buy. So what I'll be looking for is a sell-off in towards here from here. So this supply zone number 1, should sell off the price into demand zone number 2. That is what I'm looking for on Aussie dollar. Nothing more, nothing less. So yeah, that is pretty much just what I'm looking at for now on Aussie dollar. Okay. So for the rest, no shorts, no longs yet. Just wait for it to reach a little bit higher, and then we'll start looking for a potential setup. So yeah, on the 15-minute as well, just wait for these supply zones to get hit. Then look to the left here if we identify 15-minute supply, and then you just look for that potential sell setup. Okay, on the 15-minute time frame as well, I'm not going to go into all the 50-minute structure, but I think it's very clear. You can very clearly see that, let's say this is your 15-minute swing high. We've seen a BOS, so we saw a break of structure after the break of this high. Since then, have we pulled back? No, not yet. So it would make sense for Aussie dollars to start pulling back soon. But let's just wait and see what happens. Personally, we have not yet touched in towards that 4-hour area of supply. So kind of like one more push up, and then let's see the change of character and potentially that sell-off. But we need some more bearish momentum or structure. That is what I'm looking for, guys. So that is Aussie dollar. Let's go into pound dollar. So what is pound dollar doing? Pushing up higher. It's now inside daily supply. Yeah, I mean, as expected though, so pretty much just pushes up higher. This daily supply zone could make price pull back. So where would price then pull back into? All very obvious, in towards this candle pattern over here. So this sell before that big buy. That is now fresh demand. So I would be looking for a sell-off in towards there. If you go in towards the 4-hour time frame, obviously after this 4-hour BOS, we got a pullback over here. So then another 4-hour break of structure here, 4-hour low here, and now we're obviously going to be waiting after the 4-hour break of structure for a potential pullback. So either waiting for a potential pullback from this imbalance over here. So this is supply zone number 1 or supply zone number 2 with this liquidity high. So still some further upside. It's still possible for pound dollar. If we do pull back earlier, then I'll just be looking for a potential long from this demand zone or from this overall range of demand over here. Okay, I haven't drawn in that zone yet, just because the momentum is so high. I would think or would suppose that we would just move up higher from here. So let's keep an eye on that. For the rest, no setup just yet. It's a waiting game. Kiwi dollar, so NZDUSD, what are we seeing there? So we actually pulled up higher. Just focus on the 4-hour for now. What we can really clearly see is the liquidity low. So watch back Friday's video if you want to understand what I mean by the liquidity low. You can see we swept the liquidity. After that, we reversed back in towards the highs. So at what point after sweeping the liquidity was we confirmed bullish again? It was after breaking this high over here. So this is the fractal high, which broke this fractal low. So as soon as that fractal high broke, then I knew, okay, we're going to start grabbing liquidity above this high again. As you can see, we got to push up higher. So yeah, we're now kind of like in the extreme inside this imbalance over here. Could cause some bearish pressure. We've also swept liquidity above this high. So again, it could cause a short. Personally, I'm just not looking at a short just yet. It's just not my cup of tea, these kind of setups. So I'm just kind of waiting. Let's just wait and see on NZDUSD until tomorrow what's going to unfold on this pair. I'm going to update you guys tomorrow on that. Then last of all, gold. What are we seeing here? So gold broke obviously all-time high, pretty much also as expected. Remember guys what I mentioned, after breaking this high we should just push up higher. So we did a lot of momentum as well. So for now, what are we looking at? Well, if we just go into the daily time frame here real quick, we can see that the daily was just playing in between supply and demand. As we can see, this was your supply zone acting as resistance, this was your demand zone acting as support, so just playing ping pong in between. For now, this area of supply has been broken. So by what was it broken? It was broken by this area of demand. So these two imbalance candles over here, just use the 50% body candle for imbalance. So yeah, as long as this demand zone holds, we should continue up higher. As soon as this demand zone breaks, then obviously I'll be looking for a push down lower, as there is still a lot of liquidity underneath these lows over here. So kind of like a waiting game for today, guys, but some interesting setups could start forming. We'll keep you guys posted inside Discord. Make sure to join, link in the description down below, and see you tomorrow.